my name is Josie Manicki.
And I'm Milana Tosh.
And we're doing a video on lifting and transferring.
Lifting is when you pick up a person, and transferring is when you move them from one area to the other.
The types of transfers we're going to be going over today are one-person lift from wheelchair to chair, two-person lift from floor to chair, two-person lift from wheelchair to chair using side to side, and then a two-person lift from top to bottom from chair to wheelchair. Now Alana is going to demonstrate how to do a one-person transfer from wheelchair to chair. First, there are some considerations we should go over before using the wheelchair. You want to make sure that the brakes are in place and that you move the leg rest out of the way before you begin your transfer.
Also to take note of, make sure that the seatbelt is off or unbuckled.
And you want to support under Lauren's knee when you take it off. Also, to make for an easier transfer, you can remove the arms of the wheelchair, either on both sides or the side closest to the chair you're going to be transferring to. A few things to consider before starting your lift are proper body mechanics for lifting. You want to have your feet apart with your knees flexed and 1 foot forward. Keep your head and trunk upright and get close to the person you are lifting. Keep your weight on the balls of your feet and tighten your stomach and butt. And tuck your chin. Keep your back slightly arched and face the direction of movement. When moving, you want to pivot your feet and lift with your legs. And carry the person as close to your center of gravity as possible. Now Alana's going to demonstrate the transfer.
Okay, are you ready, Lauren?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to lift on 3. 1, 2, 3.
This lift can be utilized only when the person can bear some weight on their legs. It is important to communicate with the person you are lifting and give them a count and talk to them through the lift. Now that we've transferred Lauren from the wheelchair to the chair, there are some considerations we have to remember when we have her positioned. You want to make sure that the person is supported at their hips and back and neck, and that they're aligned with the chair for optimal support. So since Lauren isn't, we're going to move her back into the chair. You also want to make sure that they're symmetrical in the chair, that their shoulders are squared up, and that they're stable.
There's also 2 more things to consider. 1 is allow freedom of movement, and 2 is to match position and activity. An example of this is if you're moving her to a table, you need to make sure that she's positioned so she can eat freely with her hands, and that she's at a good height for the table. And if she is at an activity where she needs to lay down, that she should be laying down and not in a chair.
So remember to make sure the person is symmetrical and supported. Now we're going to demonstrate how to turn someone over so that they don't develop sores on one side of their body. First, you want to greet the person and explain what you're going to do.
Hi, Lauren. I'm going to turn you over.
Okay. And you want to ask for the person's help and make sure you're supporting their head and place your hands on their shoulders and hips and log roll them over.
Help me as much as you can.
While you're rolling them, you want to make sure that their nose and mouth are unobstructed and maintain physical contact. Rolling someone, when rolling them, you want to prevent sliding because it promotes skin breakdown. Now we're going to demonstrate a two-person lift from the floor to the chair. The reason we're using 2 people is because I don't feel comfortable lifting Lauren alone, so I'm going to ask Alana to transfer her with me. Also, we're going to have John be our spotter just to make sure it's the safest possible transfer. Alana's going to take the lead, and she's going to be at Lauren's shoulders while I'm at her knees. First, we're going to get her in a good position to rotate her around. I'm going to put my hand on her hip and push down as I pull up on her knees as Alana takes her shoulders and pulls them back. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Lauren, are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Now that we have Lauren in an upright position, me and Alana are both going to take a side and transfer her to the chair. So, okay. Lauren, put your arms on her shoulders.
And we're going to put our arms under her armpits and lock our hands around each other's wrists. Do the same for the feet.
Are you ready?
We're going to be close to have a close center of gravity, of mass.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Now we're going to demonstrate a two-person lift from chair to wheelchair. First, we have to remember to put the wheelchair brakes on and move the leg rests out of the way. You also want to remove the arms if possible, just to make it an easier transfer. Remember to always communicate with the person you're transferring. Hi Lauren, we're going to transfer you from your chair to the wheelchair now. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. Now lock our arms behind her and lock our arms below her knees. And remember to pull her in close to support her body. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so now we're going to adjust her on the chair by putting her arms underneath her armpits and pulling back. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you back?
Yes.
Okay.
And you want to check to make sure that the person you transfer is symmetrical across the midline, which Lauren is, and that the chair supports her back, hips, and neck. And then you want to make sure you put the wheelchair back in position. Last, we're going to demonstrate chair-to-chair lift using 2 people and using the top and bottom technique. Alana's going to stay at the top by her shoulders, and I'm going to lift her knees. Again, we're going to lock our hands. Make sure you're still using proper lifting technique. Ready?
Okay, and the person on the lead is going to count off. So we're going to lift on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alana, I think you need to adjust her. Is she okay? Is she better in front of the seat?
Are you okay? Do you want me to adjust you?